Hello and welcome back. I'm Chakax and this is part 3 of our possibly very soon to end initial run of Void War. We are just barely alive, technically, so if you've been watching along I do really appreciate it, but this may be our last gasp of Captain Chak here. We just managed to limp into the new Stargate so we can have a look around. These listening stations are irrelevant. I mean, we could just jump to another node and then that's it, we die, in which case I'll just start another run. Otherwise, yeah, let's just try our best. I'm really looking for shipyards, as we would actually like to heal somewhat before I go any further. Ordinance, shamans, psychomancy. Okay, so we just start here, go to here, and then we can avoid this by using this one. Oh, we're dead. Something died, apparently. We rest a little bit, which is nice for our fellows, but not the ship. The space here is devoid of anything noteworthy. You transit towards the next jumps node. Fine. So they heal a little bit. I have no means of just double-checking of actually healing. Yeah, this is seal all breaches and repair 2 system damage in the target room. It does not assist our hull, so is of no value. In terms of our loadout, there is no extra healing to be done here. We have no psycho slots on anyone, so that's pointless. Okay. Warp again. I'm just have our triple shields are in place, so I can defend myself somewhat competently. The borders are ready to go. Our more potent ones, at least. Are slightly damaged, Brutus, but I think we'll be okay. I'm also, as you've pointed out in the comments, I should probably use my captain more aggressively, as he can board with the team, and then if he's in trouble, just teleport straight back to our room. I think it's instantaneous. Yeah, charge time instant. So we just get in, do a bunch of damage, as we are rather potent. 80 HP, 3 attacks. Not quite up to snuff with a legionary, but isn't bad. And then run away. But I'm somewhat leery as to risking our commander. I presume it's game over if we get commander loss. Okay, we are fighting. You enter real space and find your ship plunged headlong toward a large asteroid. You barely manage to avoid the icy rock when a volley of weapons fire streaks past your viewport. An enemy pirate vessel is approaching fast. Stop. Okay, so I don't think we're under threat of being hit by asteroids, so we've just got 3 shields against however many weapons they've got. I see quite a few, and the sensors are good enough that I can't see what's going on. Let's immediately animate dead them. Do we think I can survive a volley, or should I just board it? My best bet is to board immediately and then try and run away if I need to. This is the pain in the neck of only having 1 HP. That's a disruptor round or ion? It's ion, that's kind of worrying. That's a basic laser, 1 shot, don't worry about that. Shiv missile, if that hits us we die. There's nothing I can really do about that, we'll just have to hope it misses. My guns aren't ready yet, but nearly. As I may as well fire the fusillade now. I think we just do it. Oh no, it does system. Oh no, holster. There, we're at 0 of 30. Ship's gone. I thought so. Just before we lose the 2 we're up against. Servo excavators, 140 HP. That would be fairly difficult to deal with. A single. We could win this one quite easily if we just destroy their weapons, but we couldn't get there in time. The only play I think we could use there was immediately launching a boarding party into their weapon system and fighting for it, and sending our captain over as well, but it's just I wasn't willing to throw it all in. Corsairs. Your ship's gone. Never mind. There's our stats. I think for anyone who saw the end of the last part was probably aware that that was how it's going to end. Resonance. 1137, whatever that entails. We were playing on normal, apparently. Major threats, those are defeatable battles, as it seems. We just didn't win because we couldn't. We accept surrender, that's nice. Enemy ships ship surrender's refused, yet kill things. We're a bloodthirsty sort. Scrap at merchants, but no repairs and munitions, so we should obviously play with those next run. Crew gained and lost. Systems repaired, okay. New game. Right, so now I have these options that I wasn't able to see before. So the Exile was what we were playing. There's a whole number of options, wow. Obviously, as we play through successive runs, we unlock more resonance, which allows other options. We have, what, 1,100, so I could play as the Witch, but I'd rather just play these Exile runs for a bit and see if we can do a bit better. Zagrex, nope. Drop captain, we've been demoted. Let's go all the way down to the bottom. There you go. That's more fitting relative to our actual competency level. There doesn't seem to be any difficulty. It's just we play on normal. That's all we get. Fine. Right. Oh no. Here's the actual options. View exterior lists. I've never seen this before. I just was dumped straight into the tutorial. Imperial Cruiser A, Triumph of Heaven. That's what we're using. An Interdictor or a Relic Freighter, which we can't do. So what's the difference? We've got Storm Cannon and Bolt Cannon, as opposed to the Interdictor A, which is Storm Cannon and Disruptor, so what you target shields. Come with a Corsair and an Exile, which is, I think, a bit weaker than... Oh, there are different variants as well, so once we get more we could do better. I think I'll play this, because I get the 2 Imperial Enforcers. I want to use boarding maybe a bit more aggressively than we were doing originally. Play on normal, that is our only option. Exile, I can name the vessel? Oh, Triumph of Heaven, here we go. What vessels do we call? Well, I'll just leave that if you have any suggestions in the comments for what the vessel itself should be called, or just in general as we run through the campaign. I won't be naming individual crew members, so if you want to just slot in any names that you think are appropriate, I'll be happy to patch them in. Randomize hull. Does that actually move the... Oh no, that probably just gives us other vessels. No, let's just leave it as we are. Everything is exactly as it was in the first attempt, but we do better this time. The God King has fallen. The Empire is in despair. Brother fights against brother as ruinous cults sweep through the stars. The very fabric of reality trembles before the onslaught of demonic swarms. Deep within the Imperial core worlds, one final hope exists, to rekindle the flames within the Vault of Souls. To the Empire, you are a blasphemer. To the cults, you are a heretic. Trust no one. Let none stop you from bringing the renegades of this forsaken realm to their destined annihilation. That's a little bit of fluff we didn't get on our first attempt. Prepare for the long voyage ahead. We are as we are. Are we happy with these positions? Doors is obviously a bit silly. I'd rather you be on weapons. And until I get just a few more crew, I'm just going to use you to man systems. In fact, if they have really weak troops, I might be able to do this. Can I upgrade sensors immediately? Yes, and I will. So I want to attempt a board heavy run here. There we go. Go straight to tier 2. It gives us good odds of seeing what's going on. The only downside to having our enforcers in the boarding bay rather than deployment slots here is that I lose a little bit of charge time and evasion, but I think that's a fair trade-off. Okay, we avoid these as they don't seem to do anything, and I'm not inclined to join cults whenever I land at one, so I'll just head up there. You cross paths with a supply lane vessel of the War Cult. Unwilling to yield the initiative, it targets your vessel and opens fire. Right, they have husks, and one berserker who's somewhat competent. I think we can kill all of that with just our fellows. Load crew. Launch assault sled into a 2-room, ideally. What is that? I have no idea what that is. It's somewhat worrying that I don't know. Oh, they have a vault. So someone explained to me in the comments, which is excellent. You have extra rewards for killing all the crew rather than destroying the ship. Only if there are one of these present, a vault. So we get to kill everyone, scavenge the usual supplies, and then crack this open. Whereas if we shot the ship to death, it would explode and we would lose it. So absolutely worth a try to get in there and pinch it. I really should send... if I spend just a couple seconds, actually... Oh, I can't fit any more than 2. Once I upgrade my assault sled, I'll be able to add the 3rd one, but for now it's just these 2. I think we overwhelm and kill these anyway. The husks are really pathetic. Should probably activate some guns before I forget like an idiot. Hello? Okay, here come the husks. They die almost without doing anything. That whatever that system is, it's now been lost, so I'm no longer scared of it. I don't think they can crack my shields, fortunately. This is the one that's worrying. See, he's doing damage to my Imperial Thor, so he will lose, particularly as it's now 2v1. It's going to be close, but I will win this. Yeah, and then he gets double teamed, and that's it. We've got them. He's trying to damage me, but can't get through our shields. We're safe. Dead. Okay, we got them all. Yeah, the enemy crew has been killed. You search through remains and find a few useful items. Munitions, scrap. And then while the crew enemy leaves, you waste no time in retrieving the vaults aboard their ship for extra scrap. Perfect. So risky in terms of the amount of damage we've taken. But worth it. So now I'm going to move you to standard positions as we can't take another battle until we heal somewhat. I have no... Oh, this husk rack constructs biomechanical worker husks. Oh, they generate their own husks. Okay, that's interesting. Command throne, that's the same. Shields, engines, weapons-based sensors. Storage vaults secured. I wonder if we can get vaults. Probably not. It wouldn't serve any purpose. In terms of upgrading, do I immediately do something with that? I could afford 90. I could actually buy the extra shield almost straight away. Seems a little bit excessive at this point. So I just hold on for a moment. There is no vault aboard this one. They are rather weak, but I'm not going to be able to send troops. Well, husk, and a single Corsair. If I'm willing to be brave, I could send myself over, along with the healthier Enforcer, and we can try and overpower them. There is, however, no vault aboard, so there's no value in doing so. So we may as well just heal safely. Now that we know, we can kind of gauge whether or not there's any point in jumping over. So in instances where it is valuable, we will do so and expend our health as a resource. And then when we don't, there's no point. So I don't think they're very threatening from a damage output, so I'm just going to knock out their flight capacity so they can't run. In fact, let's hit their shields first, as it makes it easier to do successive damage. They're only doing one tick, and then I presume I'll charge before they regenerate. Oh, they got the shield up just in time. Irritating. I'll wait for these to synergize again and hit them. There we go. Now down to red. Very good. Now I'll hit something that dictates their dodge chance, as it makes it easier to land successive hits. Commander, enough. Take what you will and leave us with our lives. I will accept their surrender. Let's try and be somewhat merciful. We don't have to be that bloodthirsty all the time. There you are. Brave little Corsair did his best and had to capitulate. We generously allowed him to do so. You hear reports of rogue Imperial Commander in this system. Investigate or move on? Of course we will investigate. You spend some time investigating the various planets and moons within this system. There is no sign of the rogue Commander. However, you do discover a hidden cache of unmarked supply containers from free scrap. And I think we go into a weapons merchant next, which is that better than the weapons dealer? Ship armament, missile bays, missile templates, system ship armament. I think I'll try this one, as I never edited one of these previously. Still get our rest, which is good. There's a trading outpost ahead, and we approach one. Let's talk first. I once witnessed a skirmish between the techno-cult and the rival faction over control of critical archaeological site. The clash of ideologies and power was palpable. Okay. Missile template, Claymore missile. So number of shots 1. I'm guessing it expends, munitions cost 2. So I've only got 3. I could fire it quite literally once. These are incredibly expensive relative to how you use them. Or we could just go with the traditional ship armament. Heavy energy lance. Interesting. Number of shots 1, charge times 12. Projectile speed 2,400. It's so much faster than these, it's almost instantaneous. Hull damage per shot 2. Starts fights pre-charged. Oh, so you can engage it instantly. Which is nice. The problem is, oh, you ignore shields. So it starts pre-charged, you hop in and just immediately hit the enemy with a shot. It's a venerable design served in countless conquest fleets before being phased out of service in favour of cheaper, more efficient weapons. That seems amazing. 45, we can easily afford it, and I can easily patch up the ship to actually make use of it as well. Instantly hitting certain targets is going to be, I suspect, incredibly valuable. I'm going to use this. Do I buy the missile bay as well and attach something, or buy potentially maybe a husk rack? Auto surgeon. Activate to heal all friendly crew in the room. Oh, so if I want to board heavy, I can actually heal my troops constantly. That's quite nice as well. I will buy the auto surgeon. Expensive, so I can't immediately use my energy lance, but I don't need that to win fights at this stage. We can scale up to that slightly later. So I'll buy this. You have reached the maximum number of subsystems, max 4. If you install this subsystem, you will not be able to install any additional subsystem. Do you wish to proceed? Yes. Where do I put it? I get a choice. Excellent. It's 2 runes. Somewhere where I can get to. I guess there makes sense. It's close to my border. Done. Thank you. How does this work? I have slightly injured fellows. It's over here. It's free energy. It's a subsystem. Activate medbay. So you get 1 charge and it will recharge per jump. So let's see how this works. Let's just move everyone over now. I have 39 and 51 HP relatively. How much do we get? Heal duration 6 seconds, and then heal speed is 4 per second. So 6 times 4, you get 24 HP. So you're basically full health. Done. Okay, we are now healthy to board, so we may as well try again. I could activate the heavy lance instead of storm. I think that's a good idea. What I can do is I can use this first, fire the heavy lance shot, which will penetrate enemy shields and do damage, and then swap energy over to storm, depending on what I need to actually hit. There is no vault here, so don't worry. Alarm sirens blare as an enemy starship screams into view. It is covered in what looks like human flesh. Delightful. Okay, let's do this immediately. How does this work? Just pick a target, any target. I guess their shields would be nice, or just take them out immediately, or weapons. They have enough, it seems, to hurt me, so I will target weapons. Ah, okay, they just knock out any target of your choice. Its charge time is 12. Oh, it's actually fast. It's equivalent to my storm cannon. And does 2 damage per shot. Charge. Charges per jump. 2. I'm not following. Ignore shields. There's only 1 damage per shot. Hull damage. Maybe it's just 1. I'm not clear. Oh well, it works rather nicely. I'm not upset with the results. I'll save the bolt cannons. I'm now going to hit their shields with this, and then can hit the bolt cannon into something else. Boom. Bomp. And then the weapons are back, so I'll take those off again. That should be those dead. Ignore shields is a rather nice ability. You see the jumble of panicked broadcasts. They are originating from a nearby colony. Investigate. You learn that a riot has been breaking out all over the colony. Imperial arbitrators were deployed to quell the unrest, and within hours the riots devolved into full-on war. Civilians are dying in droves. You consider your options. Rescue as many civilians as possible. Fight off the arbitrators. Avoid getting involved. We are humanitarians. This is a good boy run, so we'll try and rescue civilians. We lose a bit of hull integrity, and I'm injured. Great. You try to rescue as many civilians as possible, but without anyone to help, panics quickly overwhelm you and stampede across your ship. You're forced to disengage the docking clamps. Several civilians stream out of the airlock, their depressurized bodies staring back at you lifelessly. Your hull suffers minor damage. So that we lost a HP point and got hurt, but fortunately we can just heal that for free and then recharge them. Fixed. Give me my whole point back. So I think the usual option there would have been to fight the enemies, then we get scrap out of their carcass. We could use this to construct a husk, which will allow me to man the sensors permanently, which would be rather nice. The healing is irrelevant, the munitions are irrelevant. I think but then you get scrap out of these, which is maybe better, and then take the husk there regardless. I think I'm doing fine on sensors for now, so I'll go for more scrap potential. Okay, you find yourself surrounded by wrecked starships. A short message is broadcast on wide beam. This ought to be a better fight than the last one. Right, well, I'm not inclined to agree. You're a bunch of husks. First things first. No shooting at me, please. Bonk. No vault, so just hit them. Again, I can just check what their actual shots are. Number of shots, 1. Not a threat. Unfortunately, this can't do damage on its own, so can you knock the shields out and then this can hit this? That projectile travels faster, so I can fire it first. It will reach there, take shields out, and then the weapon to attack onto there. System goes through. Scrap munitions, thank you. Should I consider upgrading now? I'll hold on for a bit. Usually you want to wait for these. Merchants are quite nice. Again, we won't be able to see... Oh, I could rush over to see the abstract wound if I'm truly desperate, and then take the mechanic afterwards. We haven't seen one yet, so I am very curious, so I think I will haul my way all the way up there. Hull points, heal injuries, machine slave or scavenge munitions. I'll take the machine slave. 1 husk. Thank you. If you want to man, probably this for me. I'm less concerned with these for now. The charge time or being able to see what's going on is far more important for me on the enemy ship. You reach your destination, find yourself taking fire from an Imperial vessel. It's instantaneous. Okay, the recruits. A husk and a husk. We could just board them and kill them. It would probably be faster than doing anything else, and I heal anyway. So yeah, let's just speed this up. Assault sled, go murder them. Any spot will do. Tell you what, just to be mean about it, I'll shoot that as well. So that one's injured. No, actually, if I can target this one, it's the one that's a bit healthy. Oh, he dodged it. I got there. The boarding sled got there almost instantaneously. It may take 1 point of damage because of this approach rather than hitting their weapons, but so be it. Bonk. Yeah, there's the one. Fine. Wait, where are you going? Stop running. There we go. Okay, you collect what you can from the remains. Choose one. Cryofoam. And 9 scrap metal or 20 scrap metal. What is cryofoam? Oh, surely it will be a tool that allows us to extinguish fires on the ship. But then can't I just use doors and air, like, vacuuming to get rid of them? I'd just rather scrap metal. I think I can tell exactly what that would be. Okay, come back. Heal. Engage the med bay. And move over. Load. Should I now consider upgrading? As I'm not going to reach the next... the shop is over there, so I'll have a couple more stops. I'll wait till I get to the shop until I do some upgrades, as these battles are fairly trivial, and then I can choose between either buying things or taking ship improvements. You tear back into real space and are greeted with the familiar silence of space. You move on. In the distance, a starship bearing Imperial heraldry performs the killing blow on a cultist vessel. The cult ship explodes in a furious conflagration. Before you can respond, the Imperial starship turns its guns on you. Brilliant. Again, they have more than enough. The only thing they have is a bolt cannon. I keep trying to look at... I think that's a gun, maybe that's a gun. No, it's there. They have one shot. They can't hurt us. And a bunch of pathetic husks that we can easily kill, so let's just board and kill them again. A 2-room would be identical, so we can't be overwhelmed by all 4 simultaneously. I'm amazed that somehow the assault sled gets there before the hyper fast cannon. There, we did reach him first, and we breached. Ooh, that's quite bad for them. That husk is already finished. They're letting me 2v1 the only genuine combatant. That's funny. Dead. Can't get through, so we're fine. Okay, let's go kill him. Have to fight our way through the door, which will take a couple seconds. Clear. The crew has been killed. You search the remains to find useful items. Or perhaps it would have been... I just realised from min-max standpoint, it would have been smart to place the heal room into a 4-space capacity, as I could fit 4 individuals in there. I suppose this still works, but I could min-max by shuffling individuals in and out during the cooldown, but still fundamentally I wouldn't get as much healing as just having 4 people stand here. That was an error. If you're pulling your hair out staring at the screen, I now know. I just got there a bit too late. Oh well. I'm thinking maybe it is worth, but even if there's not a vault on board, perhaps it is worth boarding and killing everyone, as maybe you just generate slightly more in terms of resources. Right, what is an abstract wound? You come across a subspace rupture of unprecedented magnitude. It bleeds distortion across the fabric of space-time. Within the rupture lies the promise of unseen terrors and crueler fates. Approach the rupture. Oh, we're in combat. Very good. With a number of weapons. As you approach the rupture, your sensors begin issuing a warning alert. A hostile entity has been detected. Your view screen flickers to life. You are not prepared, but then none of them were. Okay, it's a demon vessel, so there's no way we can board it. We're just going to have to kill it. There's a pit lord aboard, which is interesting. ability, summon 2 skeletons in target room. We're likely to be skeletons, so we will unload you and get ready to fight. Just have them stand in the center of the ship so I can move around. Here, their weapons are an energy beam. Does not affect shields, so can't get through shields, and a disruptor. I don't like either of those, so I'm just going to knock this out now. That's down. That will passively heal itself due to the demonic heart, I believe. So next I want to target this, and then I can hit maybe shields next is a good idea. Here come the skeletons. Okay, we've charged. Good. Let's take out the shields. I'll allow you free to shoot something. Bonk. And then you can do this. They're after my husk, because it is the softest target. That's a good idea from them. But we can easily escape. Get the hearts down. Their systems are rather already coming apart. Skeletons are pathetic in combat, as you would imagine. Turn to sectors. And then just shoot this again. Oh, this is the problem. You can only shoot it twice. So it's quite potent, so you go through, but then now that we've spent, so you deactivate that and reactivate Storm. That's the balancing factor for how strong it is. If I knock out the heart now, there's no way they'll ever get there. Is this thing repairing? Cannot repair, so ignore it. They'll never be able to harm me now. We've got them beaten. I might as well just heal now. Oh, how did I just shoot 2? Oh, that's the skeletons again. Okay, of course they get to spam that. Be gone. Scrapping munitions, thank you. Okay, the thing that stood watch dies without ceremony, as if this moment has already been decided. Ahead, the subspace rupture awaits. Increase game difficulty, pass through the rupture. Absolutely not. Leave. No, we're happy on the difficulty as it is. That's something for somebody who knows a lot more about Void War than I do currently. Load the enforcers. The husk will just heal passively, that's not an issue. Let's go to the merchant, as I have plenty of scrap to play with. Hello. Those are rather weak merchants. We could actually kill them quite easily. They have 1 Imperial Forcer to match it now. Okay, they tie us there, and then the mechanics are just enough to win. A massive cargo freighter, air quotes massive, slowly maneuvers towards you. Their captain sends a friendly greeting and suggests a trade. They have a Putrefactor 1 I'm using, and the bolt cannon. Creates toxic gas, lovely. I heard whispers of the cultist blood-powered weaponry. Macabre creations that combine organic and mechanical components. They're said to be as deadly as they are horrifying. Okay, merchant. So we have missile bays, husk racks, which we cannot utilize as we no longer have free subsystem space. Comes with free missile template. All these modules. And then consumables. Carnivore hatch launch bays can load enemy crew. Prioritize enemy crew and deal 140 damage to them while loading. Triggers 15 seconds after use. Can load enemy crew. What? I have no idea what that entails. Pathogenic recycler, plus 10 HP to all death cultists. Don't know, we're not using those. Hardened casing, plus 10 HP to all machine slave units. Oh, that's quite nice. So if you want to spam husks, then they become quite powerful. But no, I'm interested in, if we're going to do a board heavy playstyle, this interests me. We have a carnivore hatch, so somehow that synergizes with our boarding. Launch blaze can load enemy crew, prioritizes enemy crew, and deals 140 damage to them when loading. That's an instant kill on everything we've seen. Nothing has 140 HP. And then Terror Amplifier fires a psychic blast that stuns enemy crew, ignores shields. Can target own ship. Husk rack that can't be used. I don't think I can use any of these. Let's just press one to see how it works, but I'm guessing the game will tell me that's not an option. Wait, you can just have this anyway. I thought it was at my cap. Maybe it doesn't count as a subsystem. Okay, I just have a missile bay now. Fine. I'm not upset. We have some munitions. How much do they cost? 3 apiece. Do I want to repair? Repairing 1 costs it. That's pretty cheap. I'll just put that back. There we go. I've got enough munitions to play with that as an option. Okay. So, charge the heavy lance for me. Oh no, it's a genuine... Okay. Gladius missile. Load missile template. I should probably upgrade my weapon systems now. They're rather lagging behind relative to what I could be fielding. So I need just one to activate this. Well, let's see what it does. Okay, loads and fires missile. Load missile template. Missile templates Gladius missile. Load. Let's see what we're talking about. Missile template Gladius missile. Number of shots 1. Charge time 16. Speed 800. Hull damage 1. Ignore shields. Inflicts minor crew damage. So it's basically a missile you can, if I'm in desperate to fire my way through and do some immediate damage, I can flick over to that. But we can use that later. Put the bolt cannon back on for now for just basic DPS. In terms of our actual ship, second tier of shields would be a very good idea as fast as possible, as it makes us. It means we're not having to spend more scrap metal on healing ourselves, so we have net more scrap metal. So that's just, I can't afford it power-wise yet, but it's a good idea just to beeline for it, so we'll just do that, and I'll buy the power when I'm able to do so. Okay, Imperial Shrineworld or Imperial Sector. Scattered vassal colonies of the Empire, hallowed Shrineworlds of the Empire. Okay, we're not going through unidentified exclusion zones, so maybe just this way. That makes sense to me. We'll try a Shrine World. You enter a sector containing a cluster of Imperial Shrine Worlds. The adherents of the Radiant Dogma are known for their near fanatical devotion to the God King. They do not take kindly to outsiders. But we're a good one. We're a goodie. We're on your side. Well, maybe in Imperial Shrine World I would be inclined to take one of these shrines and join whatever, I don't know, group they support. I'm willing to give it a go. So let's try one of these. An Imperial vessel detects your arrival and immediately arms its weapons. You will burn in the flames of judgment. Thank you. Alright, Heavy Disruptor and Heat Beam 2. Does not affect shields, so as long as the disruptor doesn't hit my shields, I'm fine. But it will, as a bit of a no-brainer, so I should immediately knock that out and stop it from affecting us. They don't have a vault on board, however, given their relative strength. Recruit. It's 3 recruits versus 2 enforcers. We have the same attack, but they have net less HP than I do, so I should just win. So I'll knock out their weapons so they can't harm me. And I will send the board crew in as I can heal myself effectively. Into a 2 slot would be ideal. So that one's the only choice. Hopefully they don't just spawn endless husks, that'd be quite annoying as well. Weapons down somewhat. They can't affect me with the heat beam, so we're okay. Now how does this work? The carnivore thing doesn't seem to have done anything. Burp. I'm not getting much of a description. I don't know what it means by loads enemy crew. So we'll win a fight against these two, no problem. They are spawning shock husks. That's quite worrying. I should take that out quickly then. I think my next heavy lance round goes straight into that. 1 dead. Good. I'll let them start funneling back towards me. Another 1 dead. Now they're going to funnel. Stop that from producing more, please. Oh great, did it just spawn another one as I hit it? Probably. We are winning. I don't know what shock husks do, but they're not seemingly making that much of a difference. Let's rush into this room as I need to stop it from creating more. They are slowly dying, but I think I can overwhelm them. Okay, they got another one out. Please stop, it's ridiculous now. How many are you going to make? There you go, we're finally somewhat safe. Just head over here and kill them. In fact, can I just shoot them again? Not with my weapons currently as I'm assigned. Here they come. Oh, they're trying to ignore me because they want to run away. They want to fix their engines. We're not going to allow that. 52 scrap. We're back. Okay, let's heal. I think even with the heal bay we won't quite get to full here, but it won't be bad. With this and the extra jump, we're somewhat healthy. I leave them there and then load crew momentarily. I need to figure out how this works. Someone in the comments may have to pitch in and give me a hand. Launch bays can load enemy crew. So if there's enemy crew in the launch bay, maybe they're just in this room and get eaten by the... I don't know how it works. So if I hit load crew perhaps while it's here, maybe it'll gobble them. Is that how that works? Possibly. You arrived in old Imperial Shrine. Its structure is worn, but its solemn presence commands respect. Pledge yourself to the Imperial cult. Okay, you swear fealty and devotion to the Imperial cult. A radiant warmth floods your veins like the embrace of the sun itself, igniting your faith with renewed strength. Alright, all crew restored, 10 HP integrity, Imperial Shrine activated. Imperial citizen units appear more frequently in rewards and merchants. Only one shrine may be active at one time. There you go. We are full HP. Now we can load safely. Don't know if that makes any effect on... I guess it's just a campaign effect, so it'll change some of what we bounce into. Mechanic or weapons dealer. We actually have more weapons than I can currently utilise, so we're not going to do that. The mechanic would be the better choice. 7 munitions, so if I want to fire missiles, we're now incentivized to do so. Can I afford the extra power for the shields? Yes. That immediately. And then next, I guess, either the sled or some weapon upgrades, as I kind of need to actually make use of these. Either of those is fine. Come across an abandoned starship. It looks like it may have useful material aboard. 60 scrap metal. Well, that was rather easy. Thank you. Actual upgrade. So if I did this now, I could increase it to 3. But all I would do, I guess I would load my commander, so I can overwhelm and participate in combat more effectively when I board over. It's worth a try. Okay, so I can now do 3. I don't want to put myself in there immediately, as I may need to evade, but if it's a kind of ship where I think, oh, that's a very easy to board one. I haven't actually... Oh, I didn't do the upgrade, did I? Oh, no, it's there. Capacity 3. For some reason, it's only... Loaded crew 2 of 2. I need the extra power to run it. Duh. There we go. So I can put 3 there. So I'll wait. I'll hedge my bets. I can use my better sensors to see what's going on, and then hop over if it's a good idea. We may not have records of your payment for this route. Now you'll pay another way. Okay, that's adorable. They have disruptor missiles, so I'd like to knock those out, and then I have 2 shields, so their bolt cannon and energy beam will never get through us. So all I need to do is hit this with the heavy lance, and then board. So we'll run over, quickly load you into the group. I'll do this now so they can never affect us. Okay, that's actually not destroyed yet, which is somewhat worrying. We're there. Let's load crew. We are loaded. Launch assault sled into them. I don't want to use one room as we end up getting trapped. I have to file individuals out, which is somewhat irritating. I'll load into here. Make room to disembark. So one of them is currently trapped and cannot participate in battle. So what I'll do is I'll move one of you out. There you go, we're now all fighting. You can easily slay the recruit on your own. Dead. They get they get some ion damage onto my med bay. That's not going to be relevant. Taking unnecessary damage I could have supported more effectively. Collect what you can from the range. Choose one. Scrap metal or an ion carbine. +1 DPS. Kills deal 1 ion damage to nearby systems. The DPS is more valuable than the ion damage. Is it worth an exchange of 20 scrap? I think so. Increasing their DPS would be quite nice. Cool. Okay, now you're somewhat injured. But you heal 15% as you heal, so you'll get, what, 8 + 4, 12 back. You'll be at 77. So you're basically full HP after we jump. I suppose if I were clever, what we'll do, we'll try my little min-max approach. Go stand here. I'll set the heal, get these healthy, and then shuffle them out. Healing. That one is basically already done. You're now healed to full when it happens, so we'll move you out and move you in. There you go. Now everyone will be full HP when we're done. And then hit loadout, give someone the carbine. That'll be one of you two, Agamemnon, thus armed. Dismiss crew. Why would you do that? The mechanic. Do I want to do that now? I kind of used all of my scrap, unfortunately. I could sell some of these excess weapons I'm not using. Or just see if they've got anything I really, really want. Okay, Centurion. Within moments you receive a communication request from a nearby starship. It is a supply barge or one of the local merchant guilds. A salvage team arrived recently, appearing thoroughly shaken. They recounted a skirmish with a fierce canine-like entity. Such creatures are believed long extinct, but their tale was unsettling. Right, I'm struggling to understand how this works. I won't sell it out of frustration. It's obviously if I've got it, let's figure it out. Let's not be churlish about it. Siege bombard. I can't afford most of these. Buy a hull ripper or a heavy energy lance. Oh, is that a... Oh, that's... Oh, another heavy... Against one of what I've already got. But then I can't afford the weapon systems to actually make use of them, so it's rather pointless. Devastator beam, charge time 18, hull damage per room, shield piercing. It's a bit... It requires 3 power. That's a very high tier beam weapon. So you can ignore shields and hit things underneath, which is potent, but I'm nowhere close to affording it. That was basically a waste of a jump. I should have gone for the other one. I wasn't going to be able to make effective use of this anyway. Unless I consider selling one of these. Sell price, it's not worth selling it. You might as well leave it. 10. I'm not selling those. I need them to actually fight things. I don't require a shipyard at this time. I need to take more unvisited nodes. You happen across an Imperial vessel on a courier mission. Issue a chain of broken and incoherent transmissions shortly before opening fire. Brilliant. There is a vault, so a no-brainer that we're going to be sieging this one. Thunder cannon, one shot. Disruptor, one shot. They could theoretically... I mean, it would be very difficult for them to get through our shield, so let's just board and kill them. I don't want to fight where the vault is and risk blowing it up, so we'll just sit here. Bonk. Already dead. And, oh, he's trying to escape. That's funny. 42 scrap immediately, followed by another 36 scrap. Just how many of these vault ships you spawn with are a pretty big deal in terms of how much you get. Crew loaded. 123, rather impressive. Upgrade. Weapons, I think, is a no-brainer as I need more power. Upgrade. At least put the storm... Oh no, I need another 2. You could do... Oh, I haven't powered it. What's wrong? Unmanned, but I have an extra pip of power, don't I? Oh no, I have 1, but then this will require 2 to activate. You've effectively done it so I can do this. But if I wanted to make effective use of all 3 of these, I would require another point into weapons, which I won't do quite yet. I'll turn the missile on in case I need to use it. I have plenty of munitions hanging around now. More vaults, please and thank you. They're already on fire. That's really bad news for them. A damaged Imperial vessel is idling near the jump point. As soon as it notices you, it primes its weapons and begins shooting. Well, I'm hopeful they're not... Imperial. They're basic recruits. We can easily murder them. Their weapons are a beam and a retributor, kind of like my team. They can't get through our shields. We're perfectly safe. Go kill them. Is there any room I can jump into that's not on fire? That one would be nice. Let's experiment now. If I can, I'd like to see how this works. I think if I wait and I hit the load crew button while we're here, maybe it does 140 damage. Things is obviously a bit ridiculous in that I'm not going to be able to set that up easily. 4 seconds, I'm not going to be able to test it. Their ship is rather strong. In fact, it will explode just due to the amount of damage it's taken due to systems. And then it's destroyed. No, we're not cheekily allowed to take a double reward for just sitting here and waiting for it to burn into submission. Yeah, we'll continue this way. Send us pick up a techno-cult vessel. It is pursued by an Imperial starship. Intercept the Imperial ship. Move to intercept the Imperial vessel. Again, that's 3 recruits. That's easy to deal with. That is annoying, of course, so I will immediately heavy lance it to stop it from endlessly spawning these husks. With 3 rooms, it is worth considering moving you over so I can send an extra boarding team in. Or an extra member. So load crew, and then you get in there. Load crew. We've disabled it, good. Launch assault sled into that room. Can they hurt us with their weapons? No, as the energy beam has no effect on shields, and the thunder cannon can't get through 2 tiers of shield, so we're safe. Technocut vessel held to acquisition of Class 9 artifacts successful. 10 of 10 objectives met. We will consider enlisting your aid in the future. The ship then jumps out. Okay. You're welcome, I suppose. Call it. Okay. Let's heal. Let's just... Okay, we'll do my usual shuffle technique. That one's basically already full HP. Good enough, you heal to full when you get your free rest in the jump, so you move over. And you'll also heal to full. Good. Around. Hello? Oh, some return drones, that's nice. Not really using a lot of equipment, so fair enough that we get some. Surprisingly sparse, these weapons and armour. You don't come across them very often. Your starship tears back into real space, no hostile signals detected in the vicinity, you move on. Nothing to do. I want to blow things up. The Mercenary broker would be very nice, as I've got enough scrap on hand to buy a particularly potent assault member. Perhaps even a Centurion. You approach an abandoned research installation and encounter a solitary Imperial scholar. I acquire access to a crucial psychomancy held within, but the auto defenses are too strong. It is rare for the Imperials to request help from outside their own ranks, but the scholar's desperation is evident. We will assist. You methodically dismantle the station's auto defenses, allowing the scholar to obtain a psychomantric wafer from the archives. In gratitude, he compensates you for your assistance. Well, it went perfectly. You know, just be a nice guy. Usually works out. You know, when you aren't blasting people to bits in the vacuum of space. There is an abandoned research facility here. Entry to the interior sections is barred by heavy blast doors, but power may be temporarily restored to the facility by reactivating its backup generators. Even so, there would be no guarantee the security measures could be bypassed. Activate the backup generators to access. It spends 5 munitions, but we're hardly using them, so you may as well. Yeah, that was worth it. You restore power to the facility systems and open the blast doors. You recover the advanced technologies within. Module Demolisher rounds. Your ship's weapons that deal hull damage now break doors on impact. Okay, so it's just a passive module that's always in effect. You consider it, well, install it. I've got spare capacity for the module, so we'll just use it. So anything that deals hull damage, which is small chance of hull breach. I think these all deal hull damage. Yeah, so anything, basically if we hit them with anything, all of these would apply, and then the doors in that room would break, so they can't lock us out anymore. You come across a Technovolt vessel holding station over a large moon. It appears to be in the midst of conducting an excavation. We've detected a subterranean Class 4 artifact. We are currently recalibrating excavators to break through the final obstruction layers. Do you want any help? The machine's priest response is drowned out by an intense howling. Streams of demonic energy fly up from the surface of the moon and impact the Technocult vessel. Now possessed by an infernal intelligence, it turns to attack you. Oh no, that's terrible, but also kind of nice, because then I get to kill them all. Fleshlings that are 5 HP. They're fairly easy to kill. Actually just fodder. Hungerer, which is rather threatening. Ushi the Third, who is more threatening with a lot of HP. And a Tendril that can't move, so we can ignore that. We obviously want to board and kill them, as it would be very convenient here. Can I soften them up a bit in advance before I go hopping in? They have a neuralizer that does not affect shield, so can't attack us. Inflicts minus stun, 5 HP damage, and... oh no, it hurts our crew. That's quite ugly. The bolt cannon is not a threat, but being hit by that over and over again would be rather a hassle. So what I'll do is I'll stop that from shooting me by just taking out their weapons and killing a fleshling for free. Or at least hurting it. This is one of the ones where I want you to move over to get a big board on play. It's 2 damage. Nice and low. Don't board there. I'll board into the shield room to use our full strength. Load crew. We're loaded. And then assault sled. Oh, I can't. I can get to here and then move everyone over to the 3-tier room just to make sure I use my damage effectively. Or place one individual in a one room so I can't be overwhelmed. It's a bit of a pointless system to be in, sadly. It's kind of a waste of time. Shame I don't get to pick and choose where the boarding is. Oh well. Beggars, choosers, and the like. Fleshling just teleported. But that's his doing. What are you doing now? Commander, poison. Emits projectiles that prevent target system from being repaired. Okay, as long as we don't take damage, we're fine. Okay, crew blocked, so immediately getting in the way of ourselves. Let's move out the way. Okay, you're now here. I don't particularly want you on your own here, but can't do anything about that for now. You're just fighting fleshlings, you're safe. He's the problem. I'm concerned when he eventually arrives. Intruders detected. I have intruders. Oh, the Hunger has boarded my vessel. Right, okay. What I'll have to do is I'll just have to kite around him with the husk while I kill everything over here. I suppose that's actually a good thing, as I can now kill these without having to deal with him in combat. So the only threat is engaging me, and the rest of their stuff is already dead. There's a fleshling here as well. Well, you can defeat that at least, stop it from doing damage. Just kite around him. It's a 1 HP fleshling, you can kill that. Everything over here is now dead, so apart from the tendril. So if one of you can quickly go kill that. In fact, I can use you to teleport over and kill this. Can I reload my crew? Not yet, let's give it a second. As you can teleport, I'll leave you on this side. Just go kill that for me. You stand here. Load crew. Move crew to launch bay. So this only works where... so if there's an enemy crew stood in this room, and then I hit load crew, they take 140 damage and almost instantly die. That's... so I thought the damage amount was preposterous. It's incredible, but it's a really weird setup where we can't use it offensively. We're just stuck here waiting for a miracle to happen. I can recall crew, but I'd rather wait for this to be dead first, as then I have to waste time hopping back over. Be prepared to run away, don't get killed. Okay, we got a weird kite session going on. It is slowly trying to catch and kill me. The tendril is dead. So now I will recall crew. We're back. Okay. Surround and murder this fool. Where are you going? Move the husk to safety, as we can't win that fight necessarily. And we finish off the Hungerer. Yes, well, we're done. Are we done? I don't appear to have anything left in the way of enemy combatants. Unless it's because it's one of these annoying Demon Heart ones, the battle will never end and we're just stuck here. That may very well be the case. If I take that out, am I allowed to say it's over? They have no real means of doing anything else. If this doesn't work, then I'm not entirely sure how I'm meant to secure the vault. I've killed everyone. But the ship itself is now engaging me in combat. I think due to random chance, I'm not able to get access to this. The game won't allow me to do so. Their offense into my systems is not a non-threat for the most part. There's nothing to target. Oh, the heart is actually regenerating itself passively. So we'll always be able to heal the ship. But if there was a way to secure the vault in this one, let me know, as currently I can't see any way I could have possibly won this more effectively. Go man your station. You three hover around here to heal. Obviously the low HP one should be first. We'll do it the slow way. Farewell, Walt. The shockwave scatters fragments far and wide. You manage to recover some of it to choose one. A servitor, servo husk, so another potential border. Missile template, claymore, missile. Charge shots 1, charge time 20. Hull damage per shot is 3, but there's only 1 shot. Cost 2 munitions just to shoot the thing. You ignore shields, small chance of fire, hull breach, and minor crew damage. So just fire a big missile that's bigger than our current one. I'll take the servitor. Just useful to shove around or use on the ship. Oh, cool. Positioning, I need you to heal now. So if I just activate the heal, I get 15% back on jumps. So that is 9 HP relative to these. So once I get him to 51, he's done and I can shuffle ourselves in. Done. Okay, you move in, you move there. Spread the HP love around a bit. We're largely full HP. Turn to stations. So I could potentially now use the servo husk as the border rather than me, but then we're quite strong, so we should be heading over whenever we have the chance, really. 206 scrap is probably too much to just be hanging on to, but there's a merchant immediately after, so that's why we were holding on to it all. You are arrested. Okay, I can put you in touch with whoever you want for a fee. The tale of Chromic and Ariakine ships are at odds are legendary. The cult of war's brutality colliding with the cult of blood's perversion. It is a spectacle that sends shockwaves through the stars. Trade. Here are our crew members. No big legionaries, but we get some strong Imperials, which is nice. Marshals are obviously preferable to the low-tier recruits. HP damage is just generally good. Magma gun is very good. Attacks damage all nearby enemies, so that's fantastic. If we're boarding large rooms, you can just give someone that and do a bunch. I'll take a Marshal, as it's just a nice upgrade. 50 HP, 3. It's not. I think it's just slightly of an Enforcer, but still rather impressive. And then give him a Magma gun. Welcome aboard. And then I want this one. As for other options, we have a Blood Cultist Witch, who has a Psyker, Summon Thrall, summons Thrall in a target room, and the Necromancers who do their ghoul thing again, as you remember. That one's more expensive, so you would stand here and send Blood Thralls over, but this isn't a Blood Thrall kind of run. It's a proper fighting men and women kind of run. We use real borders, not our weird little summoned types. All the other resources are fine, we'll just ignore the rest. Do I want to sell these? I think I'll have to sell it. I'll leave it for a bit, so if you want to correct me in the comment section of my understanding of this is incorrect, then let me know. If not, it's far too specific a use to actually make effective use of it. Luring enemies into that specific kind of boarding hatch to do instantly kill them is nice, but not particularly useful. How much does it sell for? I'd have to uninstall. Will be destroyed. No. Wait, so I can't even sell it. I'm just once you add a module, that's basically it. You can't even get rid of it. Okay, so there's not much point in considering selling it then. Loadout. Okay. Well, I know I know Drusius the Marshal is in tow. Plus 3 DPS in rooms on fire. So if you manage to start fires, he's immune to fire. These are fire resistant 90%, so they're almost immune to fire. So if we do start a fire, he actually does incredible damage, which is quite nice. And this one is 2 DPS to all target. I'll give that to the other Enforcer that does not currently have a weapon. That'll be you, Cecilius. And we've equipped our Enforcers. And if there is a fire raging around, fine, I'm happy to drop him in and start killing things. So the synergy there, if I had fire weapons or weapons that started them, we could use them that way. Everything's upgrade, I guess. The next tier of weapons, or maybe the third shield barrier would be good. Well, I actually have one too many of these. I purchased an odd number at some point without realizing. I can go up to 3 actually if I wanted to. Yeah, cocooned in our mega bubble. Oh, planetary assault fortifications, I remember these. There's a single Centurion who's a threat, but the rest are fairly easy to deal with. You triangulate the source of the transmission to one of the dilapidated bastions on the surface. Although the surface batteries of the colony have begun tracking your vessel, weak points in the fortifications offer the possibility of profitable infiltration. Right, their weapons are a thunder cannon, dealing 1 shot, a heat beam that can't pass through shields, and a saber missile that can damage us, so we need to put a stop to that. That's coming out of the missile base, so that's the target. Obviously, if we win, we get all these vaults, so we want to go down and start murdering them. Heavy lance it immediately. Am I still allowed to use the assault sled rather than infiltrators, as I didn't quite figure out how that worked the first time. Also, I should... So load crew. And then the marshal goes in. Load crew. If I hit assault sled, I can just use the assault sled in the traditional fashion, so I'm not hamstrung that way. 1 room, 2 rooms, 2 rooms. Okay, so I guess I can use 3 and then hop over. I'm just a little bit concerned about how tough that Centurion is. Maybe I can chip him down a bit. So that's down. If I overwhelm him with 3 individuals and just hack through all this, we should be okay. Can't really do any more. I could send you in and then teleport him out if it's truly dire. If I'm not being threatened, I should use the opportunity just to do some free damage to them. I'll fire the extra lance shot into them as well. Realistically, if I kill these, I should be okay. What have we got? The husks are irrelevant. It's this, which is equivalent to my marshal and a centurion. So is he worth more or less than 2 enforcers? No, not with our combined HP and damage, as we'll be doing effectively 9 DPS to him with 120 HP as opposed to 5 DPS with 120 HP. The husks do add a little bit though, which might change the outcome. This is somewhat risky. I may be better served instead by sending myself over rather than the marshal, as I just have the same damage but more health, and I can teleport away if I'm truly desperate. I think that's probably the play. So let's unload. Remove. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, you get out the way. We're going to go in. I have another shot with the heavy... No, not with that. How much shields do they have? 1 pip. That's pretty pathetic. I can get through that easily. Just concerned with that missile hitting me. I'm going to assume the enemy have effectively infinite ammunition with which to bombard me. Doesn't matter. Hit them again. That's now discharged, so depower that and power storm, as I can no longer shoot the heavy lance. Bonk. Okay, minus 3 HP is nice. Just while every second I can wait here and just do more damage, I will. This is where having, maybe upgrading to the last tier of boarding would be nice, as I can send all 4 of them in. Fire a missile into them just to do a bit more damage and be mean-spirited? I think so. I've got so many munitions I'm not using now. Whee! It only does 1. It's not really worth it. I think I now have to consider jumping over. The options really aren't great. I want to stay away from that legionary as long as possible. I actually want to move everyone into a 4 room, as they likely won't send everyone immediately. Waiting for Storm to activate. There we go. Okay, we've landed. Now move over here. And then you're here. Now everyone move to here. As long as you don't come rushing into us, I'm kind of happy. Well, if they're just going to hang around, I can start killing them. The Centurion is on his way. This might be grim. If he gets into the room, I'm in some trouble, but let's just kill them quickly. Okay, the nasty one is fighting me. The Marshal is dead. The Husk will die. No, he's ran away, which is fine. I may have to kite with Agamemnon. Another one dead. Now, can we kill him now that we're surrounding him with our... He's losing HP faster, but we're close to death. Ooh, let's get you out. I don't know if I can escape the room, actually. That way? What's your remaining HP? Low. I don't have an emergency heal of any kind. We're on our own. As long as... What is that? A Husk with... That's a Marshal with 3 HP. You can kill that, so just stand there. And then you 2 can kill this. The Legionary has died and exploded. That's a good thing I did get out of there preemptively. Right, if you can move to there. Okay, now move to there. I'm going to basically get him behind my allies, so I'm somewhat safe. There you go. Oh, that was an explosive. What was that? You achieve the contents of the storage pod. Oh, it's actually a good thing. raiding these vaults is what we want to do. But do they explode and hurt me? I'm not quite sure. Let's just stand here for a bit. I don't think... The base will never run out of HP, so I could just shoot this to prevent the missiles from hitting me. They can't reach... He'll die in the fire, I think. No, he's immune to fire, of course. He's a cheeky fella, but I can just kill him with you instead. I'll have you stand on this, as I'm curious to see what happens if I do. He's dead. Get out of the way. Another 68 scrap, contents from the storage vault. And then you want to stand on this. I'm going to leave him alive for a moment, as I don't know if I'm allowed to do this while they are still active. Yeah, another 10 scrap. Scans indicate all storage have been destroyed or secured. You prepare to break orbit and move on. Oh, so there's actually no point in killing everyone. Once you pilfer the objects of value, you just go. Right, so you need the full HP, and maybe I can get a little bit extra on ourselves once you're healthy. So once you hit 51, you're good. Get out of the way and go in. Stations, you'll get 9 HP back on heal, which only puts you at 41. It's not quite there, so maybe I'll use the Enforcer for a round. You can stand here and heal immediately and just see what we're kind of up against. It's a demon ship, so we're not boarding this one. Don't worry about it. Should have powered the heavy lance immediately. That was a mistake. No, we still get to shoot first. They have a bombard of some kind. Siege one bombards enemy ship with artillery. Current power 1. A bolt cannon and a graviton cannon. That's enough weapons to actually bother me. They have a vault, but again, I can't access it as there's no way to take control of this vessel, so to speak. Oh, you missed the lance. That's terrible. I have 3 tiers of shield, so I'm skeptical as their ability to actually get through me. Oh, they did. There you go. They just did there. There you go. We finally hit that one. Out of shots. Move over to Storm. Oh, I was lucky. My shields are just enough to keep them at bay, it would seem. That's deployed again. How irritating. I think I should hit their shields and stop them from doing this. I'll fire an extra one into their shields to slow them down. Good, and now these can hit. Let's storm the primary weapons and bolt cannon the small one. Intruders detected. Excellent. I have a fleshling fighting my servo husk. That's a fairly easy win. Thank you. Now we just shoot them until there's nothing left. Ah, the vault. Oh, if I board, snatch the vault by destroying it manually and then hop away, is that how I can secure it? Possibly. How would I do that? The only way I could think to achieve that is by using... I can use the teleport from my commander to give this a go. Let's be cheeky. The only thing on board is a skeleton, so I'm no longer threatened about how they're going to stop me. So I'll just load you. We're now loaded. I'm going to assault sled directly into that room. Take it. I'll start asphyxiating, but then I can ancient translocator back if I need to. There you go. That's how I can snatch them. Aha. And I'm allowed to just instantly hit recall crew, so I wouldn't even have to teleport, but we may as well. Thank you. Your generous donation is appreciated. Let's just murder them now. Stop shooting at me. And I'm going to heal these two anyway, so I may as well do it now. Everyone else is full HP. Or near enough. There's a fire, but that isn't relevant in a vessel that has no oxygen of any kind. Slowly piecing the game together. So I know I asked that question earlier in this part, but then of course due to that planetary fortification, I had to figure it out. I was forced. The game, good symptom of a game there where it teaches you what you have to know forcibly. I can't avoid it. Amid the wreckage is a handful of intact cargo containers. Some contain useful material. 39 scrap. Okay. Command thrown unmanned. It's because I'm not actually stood there. Oops. Load my guys, and I might as well load you as well preemptively. Warp and to the Stargate. Approach the Stargate, and then we have a choice. War Cult, Death Cult, Exclusion Zone. Violent Subspace, or the one I can't reach. So, I mean, I'd probably like the Shrineworld one, so maybe the War Cult. You arrive at a sector controlled by the War Cult, also known as the Cult of Crom. Those few devotees of Crom who have not yet succumbed to the lunatic fury afflicting so many of their brethren are principally occupied with the manufacturing of weapons and with the prosecution of the larger war against the Empire. But the larger war against the Empire will have to wait until next time, as I think that's an excellent place to stop. Already it's pretty easy to notice how big a difference there is when you have just a tiny bit of experience with mechanics, or maybe it's nothing to do with my play level, it's just RNG. If you have been watching along and enjoying, thank you very much. I do really appreciate it. Like and comment would go a long way. It kind of helps share the video around. Trying to not be a one game channel is obviously ideal, so I don't want to be just stuck playing one thing forever. As much as the other big game on the channel is nice, I want to play some other things, and this is an excellent candidate. I think we'll stick with this for quite a while. So you have any kind of just notes on the gameplay? I'm obviously in a state where I can learn heavily. There is a kind of art to leaving feedback. You don't just want to give me all the answers immediately, but maybe some kind of subtle or clever nudges in certain directions would be the way to go. Thank you very much for all your support. I do really appreciate it. I'll see you next time.